Leaving in the truck, did I? You're gonna be like, yo, you left it in the truck, bro. I'm not going back out to the truck, man. This is crazy. You gotta be kidding me, man. Oh, I didn't leave it in the truck. Oh, dude. I don't know what it was. Where's my copper? Actually, the copper. This shit don't even feel right, bro. Everything down for that shit. And you gotta leave my truck alone, bro. I know you want to play with it. Oh, dude. Oh. This is for you later, okay? Jumping over my, jumping in my boots, bro. You got your lonesome sock there? Yeah, what's happening, everybody? Yeah, I was running around. I came in, I forgot a couple things as usual, which reminds me that I'm normal. I meant to read earlier. I got a call, and I got a message, and I got an SMS. So I had to run out, check the mail, go drop some mail off to somebody, their IRS papers, and I had to do something. And I had ate 6 ounces of fish. I had my 4 bean chili, but I had this salad that I had in the fridge, right? And my stomach has been bothering me. Now, it was quite a bit that I ate, though. So, and it still bothers me. It's like, and not in a good way. And I took my milk thistle because I want to make sure. But it's also breathing. I didn't do the breathing that I would normally do. And I was like, I need to go ahead and read. So I drank some coconut water. And the greens, I'm gonna be straight up with you. The salad's from All Organics, and you know I don't eat that shit because I know it's not organic. It's by the Hindu and Oprah through Albertson. However it is. And all these people are our enemy. And I ate it because I really wanted some greens. It's not like I have some growing here. It's not like I'm on a res where I grew it. Well, the short times that I did, because I would always harvest a little bit that they grow and eat it. Because that thing ate anything, like a garbage truck. And it's like I need to take a good, you know what I mean? Some cod liver oil and just go, you know what I mean? So all I'm doing is mediate through it. That's all I can do. You know what I'm saying? I actually came in and grabbed my remote, my Xbox. I was gonna play right, and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna play. And let me put it back. I don't know why I picked it up. But anyway, and you know, I can sit up here and I told you I don't like to plan nothing out. I mean, I know what I'm gonna talk about. I know what I'm gonna read, but the reality is I am so tired of the program planned world. That's what the media do. They read prompts. That's what the fake politicians do. Somebody in the background who is nobody but somebody to them is writing what they say. Doctors program. This is what they've got to do by corporation and medicine, which is not medicine at all. It's not to heal. Sad state of affairs, right? Look, if you're gonna suppose this is to some people out here. Sis girl, I asked you, I responded. I do my best to respond. Unless it's just plain foolish and I just let you sit there in the wind because I know you're getting all scared in your emotions or you think you've accomplished something and all you did, you sound pretty stupid. You need to articulate when you ask the question. She asked me, do you have stock in Nikes? When I'm talking about something specific about Aretha Franklin, this one, and she's older than me, and I'm like, not to put you on the spot, but to put you on the spot. You're gonna recognize I'm not like the men you're around, all right? And you women need to know this. There are men out here who have no damn feminine ways, none estrogen, nothing. That is not who we are. Don't believe in science because it lies. Fact versus fiction. And if you want to stay stuck in fiction and you want to ask a question because I wear Nike, like get that off your mind. There are more things more important. I wear Nike because I purchased the damn things. And most of my clothes are no name brand. So mind your manners. Be responsible and respectful if you're older. Be wiser. All right? And I say that with love. All right? You got stock in Nike? That's the only question. I was like, are you kidding me? I'm surprised nobody else said nothing. I'm like, well, I know you know I can handle mine, but I'm surprised at you, Jay. Like, be wiser than that. Be polite. Be decent. I don't care what's going on in your life. I'm not saying I don't care about you, but what's going on in your life, if you let it be an infraction upon you to subjugate to somebody else, tells me that you're broken. I don't care about what you post and you copy and paste on Facebook, on Instafuck, or anything. I don't care. Listen to me. Listen, I want this to seep in. If you take it personal, say something. Okay? I want you to take it personal. I got this boot, right, that I don't put my foot in, okay? And I need y'all to circumvent the reality I am not the fuck like you. No, this is not an impromptu. This is for real. This is serious. I don't give a, you might want to believe in ghosts and all this other shit. I'm telling you to forego that and believe in what I'm telling you. I am not like you. Hard-headed ass motherfuckers. And it'll be in the end, right? Oh, I was wrong in your last breath. Stop being stupid. Overview. If something happens in real life, it is reality, right? If something is made up, it is fiction. So what's the difference? Fictional stories purposely include information that aren't based on fact or real life or experiences. They can be misleading. We get it all the time. Crisis actors, always at work. That's just to be, platonic in the relationship that you're dealing with right now. Wars are created off of lies, yet people go and kill themselves, and afterwards they look at it and go, what was I doing there? Why was I in that country? What was the real purpose? Because you didn't see anything attained or accomplished, but more giving, which is negative. And then you create an enemy, and you don't even know why. Stupidity at its finest. But the people in the backdrop who are elusive and creating it, don't be like them. If you're going to ask a question, articulate it well. If you're going to make a statement, make sure you know what you're making a statement about. Because if you sit there going, and that's a feeling, I don't give about your feelings. I literally don't give about your feelings. Look. I don't give up about your feelings. Ladies, Miss over emotional, I don't give up about your feelings. Now with you, I can sympathize. I won't empathize. I can sympathize. Now with men, I can empathize because I've been there, but there's no sympathy for when you doing stupid shit, man. So again, women and men, don't give up about empty, carbonated, broken carbonated feelings. Obtrusive, destructive. Now, if you feel some kind of way about that, and that shows, and it should allude to the fact that I'm actually right when I'm not attempting to be. Your feelings don't mean crap. Something else I want to say, with all you goofy Negroes, brothers, running around, the Mongols and the Mongolians, shut the fuck up. Now I have to say it like that way. Have y'all seen any old world Tartarian drawings? They exist. Let me help you out. We were all fucking together before the division and separation. So shut up, please. You blind, uncopious numps, you fucking goofs. Racists are the dumbest motherfuckers walking the planet. They are the hand up ass puppets. Now the marionettes, the ones that mitigate something like Biden and Fauci and all the other ones. Trudeau, those are puppets, marionettes, married to a network, okay? Football players, baseball players, soccer players, hockey players, all the sports that we all once played. We probably, 9 times out of 10 from what I understand in my studies and travels, created. Now because Wild Bill Hickok and Buffalo Bill decided to oust our people to zoos around the world who are indigenous, dressed in the appropriate attires and in clothes, and then subjugate and bring in Mongol or Mongolians and set them in our place on this land is not my problem, because people believe in the lies. You're conscripted and you are bought into the follies. I don't care. When I say I know some shit, I know some shit. And I'm going to keep giving you a little drop at a time. A little tea here and a little tea there. I would like to see you sit down and drink a pitcher full of sugar and ice, jacked up Lipton tea. Do you know what Lipton iced tea with sugar does to you besides create 3 different types of cancers? That's what I thought. Shut up. So, again, fact versus fiction. Do you want more fiction that attributes and raises your fake ass feelings and emotions? Are you so stuck on Balenciaga and all that other goofy shit? Hello, Domino's is part of that shit too. So why don't you make sure you never buy Domino's, and if you ate it, well, you already pooped it out. Come on. Most of the food you're eating, everything is conscripted to the perversion. So have a fucking moment of breath. Breathe. One-way ass people, man. Dude, for real, breathe. I ain't talking about this. Maybe some of y'all need to do that. And then focus and let some clarity come into your little heads. You dig what I'm saying? Wow, you would think that I'm in my feelings. I am not. And the inside, I'm doing my best to not allow myself to laugh. If I shaved off my mustache, you'd be like, he's about to crack up. If I remove my beard and you see my little double chin and everything, you'd be like, Red's about to start rolling. I am fighting because it's hysterically, it is funny in a very sick way. I laugh because I am not bound to your feelings and emotions, but I can address them. God damn, man. I'm gonna start making videos for children only. God, because you know what? They'll ask questions that are more enlightening than all you know-it-all motherfuckers. And here I haven't even scratched the surface of the information I have. And it's not, and I'm not gonna ever. I just want to be able to see you guys take information or share on your information, not going overdoing it. Because some of y'all got some bullshit with you. I'm saying just share on the basis of what we need to be doing, what it is. You need to get away from the coastlines we had. You need to move in, because you're not saying it's safe. But we could have done some things if you lazy motherfuckers weren't sitting where you're at now doing the same goddamn thing. Tiddly fucking wait. Thumb wrestling yourself, getting nowhere. Yes. And what would you do? I'm ready. Look, Trauma Hawk knows I'm ready to go to this 40 acres. Rondo, I'll make a trip to his 25. I might set up shop over there and be like, nigga, I'm going to go out, get about truckload of concrete, another truckload of rebar, make a foundation. I'm going to set up a motherfucking 25-man tent. I'm going to ground it and everything else, knowing the weather, all right? Put 2 hot stoves in there. I'll live out that bitch for motherfucking 5 to 10 years. Don't get it fucked up. See, y'all don't know how to do that because you don't know how to matriculate. Y'all are stuck in the world. You are cowards in the world. Tell me different. You ain't reading what I'm reading because I visit the places, the shit that I'm reading. My family is so versatile that it's beautiful. And they can't stand most of everybody themselves. It's because you get names. Everybody's got somebody supposedly famous, right? I don't give a fuck about fame. I care about family. I'm tired of stupid family members, but we're all family. I'm gonna dress corrupt ass Peckerwood cops like I'm gonna dress stupid ass nigger cops. I'm gonna dress dumb gang members and people that belong sororities and frats, and if you belong to them, I'm gonna talk major shit. So if you say you disconnected from it, you gonna feel some kind of way and think if I give a fuck. What you gonna do about it? Not a goddamn thing. Trust me. As we're walking down the street and motherfucking disintegrate, be careful what you wish for. Now, I need some more of this coconut water. Yeah, I'm a little hot. It's a little feverish. Was it a fish? No. Could it be? It was frozen. Thawed out. Coconut oil, olive oil, a 1-to-1 ratio. Season. I always let it air dry a little bit. The proper temperature inside and out, and they were very small. I overcooked them with the seasoning. They were perfect. The beans, 4-bean chili, perfect. I made it yesterday in the fridge. Chili, you can leave it up for 3 days. You get white mold, scoop the mold off, you can still eat it. Now, if you get black mold and blue mold, well, take the blue mold. You could probably, if you know how to process some shit using alkalis and this, that, and other, you can make you some penicillin. But other than that, no. And the people, do y'all camp? Do y'all know anything about camping and survival? I hate the word survival. Living. Damn, that is so good. How was you able to be a Weeblo and a Cub Scout, and a Boy Scout, and an Eagle Scout? Don't worry about that. That's how I was raised, reared. I was allowed to do all these different things. Mr. Peanut, his Caribbean brother, had a van, delivered newspapers out of his van, so I riding on my little Huffy, you know, 100 route in the morning, 4:30 in the morning, after all night rolling them when he dropped them off, tossing them. I was a champ, running after the newspaper delivery, 13 years old, running 2 or 3 miles around Woodman Field, up and down to my house on Essex Avenue by Watchung. Then after high school, then after middle school, Mount Hebron, where Buzz Aldrin and a whole lot of other folks went. Oh, I was being groomed. Masonic chapels all around me. I was being groomed. I'll go and work in Mary Flannery's art store because I was an artist. Learned how to airbrush at 14. You know, leather tires, Mark 7, and all those kind of vans, and, you know, building doll houses and all the big ones, you know. Learn the difference between acrylic oil and pastel and this, that, you know, crayons and shit. Doing all kind of murals, initial aim, newspaper, 3 murals I did, past, the future was the middle and the present. Yes, the future was the middle because I knew of Tartaria. Don't get it fucked up and think you know me. I'm telling you, stop. 6 years abuse, it triggered something. It triggered something, and I'm hoping some of these other dummies trigger something else. And I wake that fucking moment. You don't know me. Now let's get into reading. Stop thinking. That's the problem with y'all. Y'all don't know how to think. And I'm gonna beat you up. You come over here. There are moments I'm gonna beat your ass because you need it. Because I'm tired of the stupidity is beyond. I'm real ignorant. Shut up. Beyond comprehension. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't want to get it either. Think. Holy shit. I'm gonna say one more thing. Please stop sending me videos of Tartarian. Learn from what you, and then learn some other stuff. Get a couple of books you can read together. And let yourself build, because I'm telling you, the information is within you. We have to break whatever it is, that block that's been put over. We have to break it, and only you can do it. All right? Somebody just sent me one. I glanced at it. I was like, oh, dude, here goes the dude. And then he's looking at pictures of books I've already know. I got a couple of them. And he's looking and he realizes, okay, but he's not saying nothing about the dark-skinned people, right? Because he's photoshopped. Do you get what I'm saying? Whitewashed. See, you can't pay attention to people like that unless you want to address and readdress. If you don't make a statement on that page and address those things, articulate it well and responsible, don't share it to me. I'm not going to say nothing to the person. If they stuck there being stupid in that whitewash dichotomy, so be it. And the Heaven Bearers read it 3 times where it said it was many different colored people. What is wrong with that for you people stuck in colorism that was created when? 17 fucking hundreds, right? Well, at least used here. By who? I gave you the name. See, that's what I mean. Y'all have a hard time implicating to memory because, well, that's different from the person in the 13 or the 15. No, it's 17 goddamn 37. Don't get it fucked up. It might be a little different. Times are varied now. I'm not saying I'm right about it and everything. I'm saying do the fucking work. God, dog, man. Fucking new guys. Talking with a vet the other day and his buddy was with him. He was telling me, yeah, man, I was checking that out when I was on, and dude said, no, you wasn't. You was drinking and popping whores. All I could do was put my head down because I know a lot of jokers like that. And I was like, oh, I saw some things. No, you didn't. I was always with you. See, that's a friend. And that's a friend of me. A good one. Be careful of what y'all out there running your fucking mouths about. I got people that found me. They know I go live. I tell you. I tell Instagram, that tells Facebook. They come and watch. I know they do. I had a good time when I was overseas. Oh, man, that world cruise. I told you, I got some babies around the world, man. I know it. Well, I went there with the purpose of making a whole bunch of folk look like me. I ain't lying. Oh, and I bought a whole lot of shit. And every one of them women was a goddamn $100 piece. Woo. Ooh, child. I was a stickler, and they was English speaking, and God dog, man. I'm almost went AWOL a few times. I almost married that mulatto. Family rich with a 17-bedroom house over in Amsterdam. Well, she was from Germany, Kiel, Germany. She followed me everywhere. The captain said, he was like, woo, looking at her, so we're going to give you leave in Petty Officer Branch. I was like, appreciate that. Nah, man, I was bopping seeds left and right. You want to have quadruplets, goddamn. Yes. And people thought I was crazy. Blood tests. They're like, you gonna have blood tests? Oh yeah, you going up in that red light with that window, bro. I ain't going up in there. They don't have no blood tests. No, man, I gotta go find somebody. I hit a club, hit a nice little restaurant with my thing. And then come over, I'm all muscled up, man, clean shave. Red blood, if you here, you know how all the young ladies wanted to get a hold of brother. And I was like, and I'd kick it off and realize, hey, teach me some of your language. And they were surprised how quick I would acclimate and pick up their words. And they was like, oh, well, see, in the Navy, we had to learn some Russian. We had to learn some German. We had to learn Spanish. But I was learning that anyway. I couldn't have no other choice. And they were surprised. And yeah, met families. Families fell in love. I never saw overseas. They loved, Vietnam, Singapore, Thailand. I can go to Thailand right now on what I'm making and live like a fucking king. So don't get it fucked up, sisters and brothers. Please don't. And some of y'all been in the military know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm here because this is the land of my ancestors right here. Earth is the land of my ancestors all over. People got caught up in arguing. Don't even know what the fuck y'all arguing about, man. Things got to change, man. All right, anyway. So here we're going to go with Arthur Koestler, the 13th tribe. And remember, this is the individual who him and his wife was suicided. The collapse of the Hun Empire after Attila's death left a power vacuum in Eastern Europe, through which once more, let me turn it down because I don't want to be over my voice. Somebody pointed it out before and I appreciate you. I need to remind myself of that. And if I'm sitting and it looks like I'm slouched, say red. Yo, I need that sometimes because I can get comfortable and be all slouched over. And that's not good for my posture. If it was you, I would say the same thing. Yo, how you sitting, bro? Or sis? Anyway. Left a power vacuum in Eastern Europe, through which once more, wave after wave of nomadic hordes swept from east to west. Now pay attention to what is being said here. The collapse of the Hun Empire. Do you remember the last part when we discussed the Hun? When we were talking about Khazar and Karadak and all that stuff? When we were talking about the Akazirs and all that? The warrior race? Well, if you don't remember, then let me go right back to this part. The Byzantine Emperor, Priscus, tells us, well, let me start from top, because I'm going to read for a minute. Some Persian and Arab chronicles provide an attractive combination of legend and gossip column. They may start with the creation and end with stop-press tidbits. Thus, Yaqubi, a 9th century Arab historian, traces the origin of the Khazars back to Japheth. Third son of Noah. And we know Noah's real name, right? Remember it? I'll address it. Matter of fact, I'll address it right now. God damn it. Because I know some of you know what the real name. Some of you religious motherfuckers. I gotta go back. I think it's one page or two. Enoch's Midrash. Remember that. And I remember it was with I want to make sure I read it. Because they incorporated Jesus Christ in this motherfucker. I'm not saying, I want y'all to know something. For this Christians, it's not about soils. I'm not saying this motherfucker wasn't real, but I know he wasn't. But let's say practical. I told y'all to look up Quasimodo, the true story. The short black motherfucker that was crippled, looked like he had a stroke. Okay, like Uncle Ruckus, about 4'5'7" or something like that, 5'4", short motherfucker, with big ass feet, wore loincloths, and did miraculous things written down in antiquities. Also, you can't find it. And it was a joke in Paris, from here, South America. Had a face only a mother could love. Think I'm lying? Just that little bit of shit. See what you can find. Where is it at now? I know I read, because I know we crossed over to Azazel, and it's around here. It's right around here. Oh, okay. Don't want to lose nothing. Okay. I don't know why that word Lord gets me so time. Why does it make me tighten up like that? I gotta work on that. I shouldn't do that. Yaramil, Rashi. Because see, everything is right here, and then it goes back to Latin, which I don't want to mess with that because that'll have us all walking around bumping our heads at night. Because I know when we said, right, here we go. I may be in the wrong book. This is what happens when you read a lot. Well, it's a good thing, and don't stop. If you start reading a lot, you keep reading a lot. And you just go back and you make the correlations, the corrections. My stomach is... That's a piece of chocolate and raspberry. Hopefully that will calm it. Somebody probably was sitting there going, get some baking soda. I got ginger. If it gets that bad, I'll just get the ginger. Ooh. A little sweat on my forehead, my bra. You know what? I think it was over here. I just love reading. If you can't hang out, don't hang out. You know what? Okay. Well, the hearers, because you got the, you know what heaven bearers? We got the heaven hearers. That it's many books, and look, trust me, I didn't sit here and somebody say get this one and read that one with it. It's me reading all these books. I just was able to put together what needs to be read. Now I'm having a hard time memorizing. What was it in here? Okay, it was the giants, right? Enoch. Who remembers the name? Begins with an S. And then the other one ends with a pa. I'm just asking because it's not that I don't know. I just want to read it. God damn it. I'm not cursing the creator. I don't believe in the words God and all that. So, not saying don't. I'm just saying I don't. I know where it's at. Let me go back over here. My apologies, people. There we go. Here we go. Sumerian, blah, 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 blah. Back over this page. I know somebody might have even mentioned it. Oh, Zusudra. Zusudra. And what was the other name? It was a Z. I always say S. Zu, because it's pronounced Susudra. Noah. What was the other one? Who remembers the other one? When we were discussing the Anunnaki, they're actually our enemies. But we got a lot of idiots running around because they've been caught up in that liberal, fake, whatever, believing that, let's say that they made us, or they experimented and we came out from them. Let's say if that's possible, right? What is it to gain? Because if that was the case, then where are they? Yeah, exactly. Well, anyway, Suda, the other one was something Ta. Oh shit, is there a fourth name? Yodak, Jamdat, Nasab. Because that's, we gotta remember the Proto-Elamite period. Edomite, Elamite. If you know what I'm talking about. Some people get into the big words of shit. And Nibiru is another land. God to reside with them on Nibiru. Nibiru is another land. Alright? Not a fucking place out in fucking space. I read that to y'all. I hope y'all remember that. And we don't want to get into the Akkadians either. That's a whole other thing based on another landmass. And I've always believed that because I've seen it so many different places. Okay, this is to shock the memory. Okay, there it goes. So what was the last name, that other third name? Oh shit. Oh, it wasn't Pa, it was something else. Zasura, and what? It was something else, not Ta. I don't know why I always do that. How do you say it? Nunativism? Nunatimism, some shit like that. It was Nunata. That's why I say nism. Anywho, there. Fuck it. All right, let's get back in here. So, as I was stating, because I said I would read from here, one of the earliest factual references to the Khazars occurs in a Syriac chronicle by Zachariah Rator, dating from the middle of the 6th century. It mentions the Khazars in a list of people who inhabit the region of the Caucasus. Other sources indicate that they were already much in evidence to a century earlier, and intimately connected with the Huns. In AD 448, the Byzantine Emperor Theodosius II sent an embassy to Attila, which included a famed rhetorician by name of Priscus. He kept a minute account not only of the diplomatic negotiations, but also of the court intrigues and goings on in Attila's sumptuous banqueting hall. Around 448, banqueting hall. So that means they were living in a little tiny ass building, shed or yeah, that's what I thought. See what I'm saying? Always read. He was in fact the perfect gossip columnist. He was a gossip columnist, and is still one of the main sources of information about Hun customs and habits. But Priscus also has anecdotes to tell about a people subject to the Huns, whom he calls Aksas. That is very likely the Khazars, or white Khazars. In parentheses, it says, as distinct from the black Khazars, excuse me. And the Byzantine Emperor Priscus tells us, tried to win this warrior race over to his side, but the greedy Khazar chieftain named Keradek considered the bribe, and we've heard that in dragon lore movies, bribe offered to him inadequate and sided with the Huns. Attila defeated Keradek's rival chieftains, installed him as the sole ruler of the Khazars, and invited him to visit his court. Keradek thanked him profusely for the invitation, and went on to say that it would be too hard on a mortal man to look into the face of a god. That's set up, y'all. For as one cannot stare into the sun's disk. God damn, boy, homeboy right here, no wonder they got rid of his ass. He was dropping this a little too much. Even less could one look into the face of the greatest god without suffering injury. Attila must have been pleased, for he confirmed, because there were still giants back in these days, Keradek and his rule. Priscus Chronicle confirms that the Khazars appeared on the European scene about the middle of the 5th century as a people under Hunnish sovereignty, and may be regarded together with the Magyars and other tribes as a later offspring of Attila's horde. What do they call those Chinese Muslims? What are they called? Anybody know? The Akkad. That's not what it's saying here, but yeah, that's not what it's saying. What are the name of the Chinese Muslims? But Akkad, yeah, definitely. What are the Chinese Muslims' name? The Arguers? What are they called? Anybody remember? Anyway, that sounds very familiar with the Magyars, as far as later becoming Muslim, because it's just during that time. You know what I'm saying? Other tribes as a later offspring of Attila's horde. 5. The collapse of the Hun Empire after Attila's death left a power vacuum in Eastern Europe, through which once more wave after wave of nomadic hordes swept from east to west. Prominent among them, are y'all aware that before this there was no wars? Before all this period, there were no wars. None. That's why I get tired of these Negroes talking about, yeah, we was warring and fighting one and all these retarded fucktards, man. Anyway, and then they start talking about Jesus and shit. Anyway, wave after wave of nomadic hordes swept from east to west, prominent among them the Uyghurs, right? Isn't that what it is? Uyghurs or something like that? The Chinese Muslims, the ones who are being persecuted. Literally, I saw a video where they have these people on stretchers, chained down, and they're cutting their livers, they're cutting their kidneys out. Don't know, literally removing skin while they're alive, literally popping their eyes out, no antidotes, in these halls, in these basements in China, by Chinese doctors who were undercover, some persecuted and executed. Now we're talking about this underground thing that has 50 to 100 of these Muslim Chinese and and Falun Gong and Qigong practitioners. They are literally cutting them open. They said the best, and that's why all these rich people go there, getting these livers and these lungs and all that raw, right out of living bodies, murdered. And the Muslims in America still talking about FOI, bean pie, get the daily call, fucking retards. Anyway, Uruguays and Avars. Avars, like avatars? No, Avars. The Khazars during most of this period seem to be happily occupied with raiding the rich trans-Caucasian regions of Georgia. And I told y'all, the Caucasus regions of Georgia, where the true Khazarians were first found. They weren't found, they were always known to be there. And then you supplement those cities destroyed there, and then look at St. Petersburg. When you go up St. Petersburg, that's not that far, and you look at all the old Tartarian buildings that are still there. Even Cuba, all that worn torn, they still ride around in the same 55 Chevys and shit. The buildings, the Capitol building there is bigger than the one here. Been there and seen it. Happily occupied with raiding the rich trans-Caucasian regions of Georgia, and we know that they were Negroes. The Caucasian race was a Negro race. In Armenia, you're saying that to me melanated, excuse me, and collecting precious plunder. During the second half of the 6th century, they became the dominant force among the tribes north of the Caucasus. A number of these tribes, the Sabrirs, Saragors, Samanders, Ballingers, etc., are from this date onward no longer mentioned by name in the sources. They had been subdued or absorbed by the Khazars, and the toughest resistance apparently was offered by the powerful Bulgars. Now, those we're very familiar with in history. What was the first World War? Supposed World War. Nobody ever talks about the Russian Revolutionary War. Nobody ever speaks about that. Anyway, powerful Bulgars. But they too were crushingly defeated circa 641. And as a result, the nation split. And in England, there was a building gilded 641. I got to dig that picture up and share it on here. And when I saw that, and my boys were with me, I said, y'all see that? Over there it says established, and over here is gilded. You know what that means? And it's like they didn't want to hide it. This big motherfucking doors, like my height, 3 or 4 my height could walk in this bitch, and the lock was way up there. Nigga, I couldn't even jump. Oh, I was like, who's unlocking that bitch? You know what I'm saying? The lock was still up there, 1980 goddamn 7. The lock's right there. I'm like, who's lifting that shit to? Anyway, and as a result, the nation split into two. Some of them migrated westward to the Danube, into the region of modern Bulgaria, others northeastward to the middle Volga. The latter remaining under Khazar sovereignty. We shall frequently encounter both Danube Bulgars, and Volga Bulgars in the course of this narrative. But before becoming a sovereign state, the Khazars still had to serve their apprenticeship under another short-lived power, the so-called West Turkish Empire, or Turkut Kingdom. It was a confederation of tribes. So now you know why the Ottomans went to conquer Turkey and became, which is the Ottoman Empire. Anyway, right, check it out. A confederate, because they absorb everything, of tribes held together by a ruler, the Khagan of Khagan, a title which the Khazar rulers, and if you ever studied about the Hatta people, you understand that the Khagan also of the latter parts of the Shogun still of the Anu. Some nigga was talking about dismissing it like, the Anu, I can't stand you young goofy niggas. Anyway, a title which the Khazar rulers were subsequently to adopt. This first Turkish state, if one may call it, that lasted for a century, circa 550-650, and then fell apart, leaving hardly any trace. However, it was only after the establishment of this kingdom that the name Turk was used to apply to a specific nation, because they were absorbed by who? As distinct from other Turkic-speaking peoples like the Khazars and Bulgars. The Khazars had been under Hun tutelage, then under Turkish tutelage. They were under our tutelage here. After the eclipse of the Turks in the middle of the 17th century, it was their turn to rule the kingdom of the north, as the Persians and Byzantines came to call it. According to one tradition, the great Persian king Khosrow, Chosroes, Anushirwan the Blessed, had 3 golden guest thrones in his palace, reserved for the emperors of Byzantine, China, and of the Khazars. No state visits from these potentates materialized, and the golden thrones, if they existed, must have served a purely symbolic purpose. But whether fact or legend, the story fits in well with Emperor Constantine's official account of the triple gold seal assigned by the imperial chancery to the ruler of the Khazars. Adopt and destroy. Adopt an identity, the history, the narrative, suck it in, and destroy from within. Who the fuck did it to us? All these know-it-alls. No. Heaven bearers, of course. Enoch and the Book of Giants I'm doing last. I would have done it right along with that. We're going to do heaven bearers, exposing exposition. Then we're going to go into Enoch, the Book of Giants, and then we're going to go into DNA of the gods. That's my shit right there. Fucking comical. Who's all in? Who's all in? Rondo G. Jerry. What was it? And how Bulgarian. I don't know what the hell it is, bro. Yeah, that's it. Uruguay's an autonomous region. Xinjiang, exactly. And that was based upon because of the Boxer Rebellion, a lot of the actual G people were murdered. I've actually shared, for those who know me on Facebook, remember the pictures I shared with all the melanated, very dark G people, some of them with curly hair, some with wavy, like Jewish or Irish curl. They were 1,000 cuts, beheaded, and who was instructing them? Oh, Great Britain and America. Y'all know when the Boxer Rebellion was 19 what? So you know what's implicated. To get rid of the original people, dynasty, and then implant the lighter version, which is sad because we've always coexisted on all planes. But who were the ones that created it? When you think about Britain, who's in control of Britain? Who absorbed to be the kings and queens? False ones. It's real simple. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, Ogros. And they still hold the same name. Those are actually some of the original people there, and they converted to Islam. Why? Because of the proxy of what? The Vatican. We don't have to worry about dates and how and all that. We're going to read all that shit. And we'll allow that from there to take that information. And if you have a little knowledge, and me, once being a Muslim, I only walked in there because I wanted to see the people and what they believed. And they gave me the name Caliph. And if you don't know what Caliph is, that's your problem. All right? And they didn't give me no long names of this, that, and other. So, and I respected the ones who I was dealing with. And they were Chinese. Newark, New Jersey. I didn't like the FOI. I just couldn't fuck with them. They were weird motherfuckers. Yeah, it was never no Roman Empire. That was a new creation. So when you read the Bible and all that Rome and all that bullshit, pure bullshit. Not to say that Roma didn't exist, but by the narrative they create, they take things and they twist it. It's the calling. It's what they always do. All right. This is my shit right here. Okay. All right. Bonnie is sitting on the hotel bed. I might have turned it up a little time. Did it go up? The surround sound? It might be the bass over here. Oh, yeah, that's banging. When I watch scary movies of Star Trek or something like that, Star Wars or whatever, that bass had me sitting here like this with popcorn. Okay. Anyway, Bonnie is sitting on the hotel bed. It is soft and comfortable. The sheets are made from silk and cotton, and she can't help but want to lie down on it and close her eyes. No, Excuse me, this is Heaven Bearers, The Great Reset of 1834 and the Mud Flood by Janine Helen, South Africa picture, okay? All right. She wants to lie down on it and close her eyes. Now is not the time. Snap out of it. She mutters and lets her eyes wander around the room. She stares at the fireplace and can't help think it looks out of place. She walks up towards it and traces her fingers over the edge. Someone has changed the design of this fireplace, and she can see the workmanship isn't of the same quality. There was an organ structure above it. There is a faint trace of it on the wall, and those things were in most homes for healing, major battles, and even to levitate the body. And even with a fresh coat of paint, they can't hide it. She sniffs the wall and doesn't know what she was expecting to smell. Pulls back away from it and crinkles her nose. How many of y'all are aware that you could take a frog? Any of y'all, you could probably purchase one of those strong magnets. I used to have one, the horseshoe ones. I used to get like 3 of them. And we used to put them in the middle and have them at the polarities where we cross the things, each one until it's like a little, like a rose petals. And then we would take, and this the older guys were showing us this. We get a little swamp frog, and we put it on a little plastic table. It would sit there, and put the little clock, hour clock, glass over it, Pyrex, and then they'd put a charge on one end and the other end of one of the 2 magnets, and the goddamn frog would float, levitate. I told y'all about the 3 spoons, the bowl, the cereal, the batteries in it, and then the 9 volts, 2 on each, and then how it would start spinning, literally. No freezing, no, this is real shit, y'all. And I told you about Apex, the copper and the cinder block, and all of us, I taught them, and we was doing it because they knew I did martial arts, and and then that damn thing started on top of the thing, cutting a hole on the cinder block. If any of my guys from New York come over here, remember us on Avenue Americas, and us doing that, speak up. Don't be afraid, because I know they were shitting their bricks that day. Anyway, there was an organ structure above it, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, she sniffs the wall and doesn't know what she was expecting to smell. Pulls back away from it and crinkles her nose. Everything was free, she says out loud as she tries to piece it all together. Free energy? There must have been free energy. In fact, there was no money and everyone had a purpose and followed their passion. Since the Heaven Bearers took over the planet, there has been no energy, she realizes. We have to use oil lanterns to light up the darkness. We are all so primitive compared to those great people. She starts to laugh, but it is a spiteful laugh. The almighty Heaven Bearers don't know how to recreate certain things. They can't even replicate the buildings the Tartarians built. The knowledge was lost due to the re-education programmers, and very few can read the old books. More importantly, even if they could, they wouldn't know what they are reading, or at least pretend they don't. It's within us, trust me. We would have, what is this? It's not gray, silver, or white. What is the name of this? I gave you a word already, and I know you just dropped it. We would have electricity by now if the Heaven Bearers had gotten their way. Her mind suddenly jumps to King Finn. Her eyes flash a slight gold, and she blinks heavily. She is all of a sudden angry and balls her hand into a fist and gently, it seems like she's going into that Dragon Ball Z shit, gently bangs it on the wall. The bathroom door swings open and she turns towards Henry. My mother was King Finn's sister. Did you know that? No, he replies. But he isn't shocked by what she tells him. He walks over to the window and stares outside again and rubs a hand towel over his wet hair to dry it. There is an old legend. It was around before the mud flood even happened. It was so outrageous, it was disregarded as crazy talk. People generally didn't talk about it. Go on, she prompts him. Her face is inquisitive. Excuse me. I'm cooled off. Inquisitive. And he can't help but want to stare at her face for all eternity. The great empire of Tartaria would be invaded by some evil creatures one day. I don't know all the details, but I know that there would be this girl, a Tartarian girl with abilities. He pauses and thinks about a better world. She would have powers and she would completely destroy the Tartarian Empire. Destroy the Empire? Her face is filled with shock. Why would she destroy it? She is meant to save it, save her people. Did you get that? There is no saving it, Bonnie. She looks away from him in shame. She recalls the fact that she is already responsible for killing millions of her own people by creating the mud flood. She might have seen it in a dream, a vision of the past, and she was only a baby. But she knows what she did. She was responsible for what happened. You dig that? It was me, you know. I caused the mud flood, she says, and the words don't penetrate. That seems like it got louder or something. I mean, it's beautiful, but God, don't. Okay. She says, and the words don't penetrate his ears. What she is saying doesn't make any sense, and it can't be true. There is a sudden knock on the door, and she walks to open it, without finishing what she wanted to tell Henry. No, stop, he shouts, and starts to approach her in a protective manner. She smiles at him and opens the door before he reaches her. Sucker, you don't know who I is. Her heart, Sharon. Her heart is filled with joy at the sight of him. She throws her arms around his neck and kisses him passionately. Her lips, oh shit, might be one of the moments, y'all. Just let me put the tip in. Okay, let me stop. Her lips are full of longing, want, and need. She pulls away to catch her breath and kisses him again, this time slowly, and she touches the tip of her nose against his, softly. Then closes her eyes to take him all in. He smells like she remembers, and her fingers move slowly through his hair and over his neck. It says thought. It should supposed to say through. His face is expressionless, but she can hear his heartbeat beating, and she knows he feels the same. He isn't used to feeling. He didn't even know that it was possible. Phoenicians aren't capable of feeling anything. This is what they are taught. She, however, knows differently, and she will show him. Mr. Harrington. So you know it's Malcolm. Henry calls out, but his voice is unsure and nervous. Oh shit. Bonnie takes Malcolm by the hand and leads him inside the room. Henry didn't expect to see him and stands there in utter shock. He wants to greet him properly and respectfully, but his mind is stuck on pause, and he doesn't know what to say. Mr. Harrington, he mutters again, opens his mouth and then closes it abruptly. Eventually, he finds the right words. Bonnie, he is the enemy. He is Azrael. Azrael is his creator. He swallows hard and looks at her, hoping she understands what he is telling her. He quickly pulls himself up and tries to be the alpha male and protect her. Henry, this is not the time or place, she says softly. She doesn't want to hurt him, but she wants him to stop this silly, check it out, posturing. She says nothing more and then asks them both to take a seat. We have company. Henry's eyes move to the door and notices there are two figures standing at the open door. Oh shit. He didn't hear them arrive and has no idea how long they have been standing there for. Come in, she instructs, and has her eyes locked on their every movement as they enter the room. It is man and woman. Both are Tartarian. It is a man and woman. They both are Tartarian. The man is old, very old, and has a missing eye. The woman is much younger and reminds her of Stacy, except she has something wild about her. She doesn't seem to fit the style of clothing she is wearing and belongs in the wilderness. We are here about the note you left at the front desk at the hotel, the old man says carefully, not to reveal more details, and he watches her reaction carefully. Reva is postured in a fighting position, and Bonnie notices the symbol hanging from her neck and realizes it is the same as the one the young man at the reception desk was wearing. They must all know each other, she tells herself. Yes, she looks over at Malcolm and his eyes are bright green, and she motions him to calm down. I would like you to take me to Cashapp, please. The woman grins and walks up to her slowly. Cashapp? Who is that exactly? She circles her, watching her every expression, taking in her scent and wondering what she is thinking. You don't trust him, do you? Bonnie replies. Trust who, young girl? She hisses like a snake. The man approaches her this time. Who don't we trust? He asks, and gestures for Rivera to take a step back. The man that has been following you, the one from the pub. She responds and squints her eyes at him. We need to leave at once, he shouts. His hands are sweaty and he is visibly scared. You need to leave them both behind. I am sorry, but we can only take you to him. No, she calmly rejects his offer. But it has been prophesied. He continues, surprised and is slightly angered by her defiance. She rudely interrupts him and her voice is harsh and angry. The prophecy is wrong. Now take me to Cashapp at once or I shall find him myself. Aiden and Riva aren't sure what to do. She leans up to him and whispers while clutching the object around her neck. This is not how it is supposed to go. She is too young. It can't be her. It's her. He glances over at Malcolm and back at her. I never expected to see the day when a Phoenician would fall in love with a Tartarian girl. Yet here we are. He pauses and looks directly into Riva's eyes. Miracles do happen. He turns around and proceeds to walk out the door. Rivera doesn't move. It's supposed to be Riva from the spot where she is standing. She is angry and she doesn't want to accept what Aiden just told her. The entire Phoenician race will be destroyed, she barks at Bonnie, then shrugs her shoulders and follows Aiden out of the room. Hard-headed like me. Stubborn, I don't want to be doing this shit. Trust me. The night air is cold and it gives her the shivers. Malcolm takes off his black coat and hands it to her. He is holding the metal staff from the mansion and she wants to ask him why, but she is distracted by his presence. She takes the coat gracefully and can feel his warmth, smell his cologne, and it gives her a rush of hope. I need to destroy the earth in order to save my people. That is what has been prophesied. How does that make any sense? You know, I could never do that. He smiles and takes her hand in his. The prophecy said nothing about a Phoenician finding humility and falling in love with the Tartarian either. And look at where we are. He says, and she can't believe what he just told her. You fell in love with a Tartarian? Never. She teases him and pulls her in close and kisses her. For that moment, and only for that short moment, they forget about all their problems and the imminent war that they can all feel is on the horizon. She pulls away and touches his face. It was me, you know. I created the mud flood and killed billions of Tartarians. She turns her head away in shame and doesn't want him touching her anymore. He is surprised by what she tells him and lets her pull away from him. He watches her and tries to get a feel of what is going on in her mind. Now maybe I'll have a little insight, alleging, of why they want our women so bad. They can never get them to do what we can get them to do. And that's why it's important to feminize our men, make them all fight and think they know everything, egotistical, this, that, and the other, zealous and envy. We protect them, and they are very powerful. And when they're together, and they have a powerful man that they've subjugated to look over them, oh, the power that they give a man is amazing. And when they are unified, they call it a coven. All right, that's enough of that. Now that was Mother Nature. Oh, excuse me. He is surprised by what she tells him and lets her pull away from him. He watches her and tries to get a feel of what is going on in her mind. No, that was Mother Nature. He replies confidently, only to notice her cheeks go flush and he knows he is wrong. He steps away from her and turns around to catch himself. He can't believe what she just said and can't stop the emotions he is feeling. He has a pit in his stomach and it hurts. He starts to laugh out loud at the fact that he can understand her now. Why she would just stand there in the mansion and start crying. What is happening to me, he wonders. Why must I feel emotions now suddenly? Your emotions will inspire the others and together you can stop them. He hears a female voice echo in his head and he looks around to see where it came from.
He doesn't recognize it, and he wonders if he just imagined it. I am something more. Our reality is more than we know. Something important is missing, and I don't know what it is, she says, and interrupts his thoughts, and he tries to ignore her for a second so that he can hear that voice again. Something is definitely missing. None of it makes sense. He finally responds and feels uncomfortable. Let us go. We can ask Cashapp when we find him, he says, but she can see his mind is elsewhere. She can't read his expression, and he grabs her by the hand and pulls her after him. She dully follows and wonders what he is thinking about and why he is upset with her. Malcolm, if you pull any harder, my arm might just detach from my body. She stops and tugs her arm away from him. You are hurting me. What is the matter with you? He slows his pace and tries to grab her hand again, but she pulls away. They walk in silence for the next hour and eventually stop on the outskirts of town. Slow more. We can't just find Cashapp. Truth is, we don't know where he is. We are merely meant to fulfill a particular purpose, and that is to find the pregnant girl and bring her to this place. Aiden says as he looks around and notices there is nothing here. Bonnie can sense his mood and looks towards the east. She can see the mountains in the distance, and she feels a warm breeze pass over her. Is there a star fort nearby? Perhaps in the mountains or over there. She points in the direction of the east. Everyone looks at her in confusion, and no one answers her question. I need to get to the star fort, she continues, and crinkles her nose at the dumb expressions that are staring back at her. I'm gonna shut it off right there. This shit gets me. I can tell you why, but then you'd be all, so no, I can't tell you shit. Exposing the Expositions, 1851-1915, revised edition from 2019 to the 2021 by Hadi Mikowski. You know what that is, Chicago? All right. Oh, that's delicious. I ate just 2 pieces like that a day. And I used to eat a whole bar. No wonder we were so jacked up. So, as I stated, we'd be in Omaha, 1898. Okay. Is that magnificent? Now, you know what's fucked up? That is a real goddamn picture, y'all. No, it is. A real picture, y'all. Think about that for a minute. The Grand Court of Omaha Exposition, 1898. Now, prior to this, we know that we discussed all the stuff that was happening between 1735 to 1785, right? 1825 to 1875, right? Promised by about 1940 something. But it would take how many wars prior to that? And what comes with wars? And what was John D. Rockefeller establishing? Because there was no education system that they insert. The Pelicans got to insert that because they believe that there's some fucking, and that's not what it was. So who remembers what I've read to you so far? Based upon Google, but relevant sources, DuckDuckGo, DuckDuckPro, whatever the fuck you want to call that. All right, the information that is still viable, that disputes any of the bullcrap that's out here. Anyway, the Trans-Mississippi Exposition was in Omaha's Kuntz Park, in 1898 on a 180-acre site, again with lagoons, gondolas, and 21 massive buildings for a place that also called itself a white city. Trust me, that's not what it was called. Over 2.6 million people attended. How many people showed up 18 for the first World's Fair? How many people came by boat and how many stayed? Reportedly over 5.8 to 8 million pale skins. And how many stayed? It was recorded 3 to 7 million. Look it up. And how many would come after that when they started occupying these grand cities and building on the outskirts because of fear, asking us how to take care of the roads, the cobblestones, the bricks, to rebuild from war. Then they saw that we can rebuild everything and they didn't like that. They wanted to tone it down. I don't know if you research that much. 2.6 million people attended. The first question is, where did all the visitors come from? Omaha was a very small city in 1898, and the American West had just been opened up. That is a lot of people at the time. Because 1830, we know what happened to our beloved sister and brothers of the Californians. There was no fucking Mexico over there. Anyway, and the Gulf of Mexico didn't even exist. It was the Gulf. It was a Yamasee name. It was I forget the name of it. It was not no Gulf of damn Mexico. The origin story of this fair claims that in 1895, Omaha banker Gordon Waddles wanted to have a world fair in Omaha. William Jennings Bryan was a key factor in getting the fair in Omaha. He, of course, was the one who later was the main attorney on the side of Bible in the Scopes Monkey trial in 1926. Y'all can look that up. Bible in the Scopes Monkey trial in 1926. It apparently took 2 years just to locate a site, which meant they had but 1 year to build the entire fair. Its purpose was to show off the development of the American West, and though not specifically stated, to show the inferiority of the native Indian and their primitive way of life. The native Indian villages were called a living display by the expo organizers. A modern documentary on the fair claimed it was to showcase that the United States could take the lead in civilizing the world. And you need to go look at those pictures because they're nothing but goddamn Negroes. Google it. One Omaha construction photo can be found here. https:// goddamn transpace.mississippi.unl.edu/photographs/view. Yeah, I did put together a whole bunch of them. There's so many. I'm still doing it. /uppercase TMI 08160 .html. Others at the same site. Okay. Who that could tell them shits? I don't like them at all. Anyway, there are photographs of the construction of the fair buildings. Many are similar to the photo suggested above. What does this look like? The creation of a temporary structure being put up of wood interior? But there are many others which depict the usual complete lower building, with the only building taking place on the top, adding or remodeling a dome or tower. It is hard to tell what may have been temporary or original. That may be the point. Close it right. With all these fairs, you might have had 4 or 5 originals, and by the time you throw up 50 other temporary buildings alongside them, that all gets painted with the same overlay. It would be almost impossible to tell one from the other. The main area was called the Grand Court, surrounded by magnificent Greco-Roman buildings with towers, and the buildings were never white in origin. That was to establish white supremacy. Domes and columns again showcased with the whitewash painting. Yet this expo is remembered mostly for its Indian Congress, which ran from August 4th to October 31, beyond just having a zoo to display natives. Look it up, people. Yes, my Mongol and mongrel brothers, your pale skins in Oklahoma and all you places talking about your us. Do the fucking research, because you don't have these things in a court. But you know who we are if you're looking. Awakening. How about the quaking? The main area was called the Grand Court, surrounded by magnificent Greco-Roman buildings with towers, domes, and columns. Again, Greco-Roman, hun. Again, showcased with the whitewash painting, yet this expo is remembered mostly for its Indian Congress, which ran from August 4th to October 31st. It's quite a while, 9 to 10 months, right? If you think about it. Beyond just having a zoo to display natives, human zoo, niggas. Here, the fair organizers originally wanted to have the largest gathering of Indian tribes since the whites first arrived. The idea was that the 500 members of 35 different tribes, including the Apache chief Geronimo, who was being held prisoner at Fort Sill, later murdered, were to have open lectures and discussions that could be attended. This was to present the daily life, beliefs, and history of as many tribes as possible, with a key element being the native view of being connected with nature. And we know that Wild Bill and all them motherfuckers was sending a lot of our people overseas for zoos as well, putting them in leopard skins and goofy shit like that. While from the boarding schools of orphans from the 1700s to orphan ships and the orphan trains, asserting a new people with a history that they never had, what they believed because they were rearing them from their orphanage. How many know about that? Anyway, this was to present the daily life beliefs and history of as many tribes as possible, with the key element dumbing down of the Indian, being the native view of being connected with nature. This was without question one of the most progressive ideas that any of the fairs came up with to present the actual teachings of the native peoples. Congress gave over $100,000 to have the Congress and was managed by ethnologists. Ethnologists, remember I looked that word up for you guys? James Mooney. Thousands, surprised, the one that passed away, actually started to tell the truth about who we were, right? The comedian. Thousands of portraits of the natives were taken, with many of the most famous coming from here. However, when you look at the original collection, most native portraits were two views. One face on, the other side profile in parentheses, thus look like modern mugshots, and can be seen in the link in the footnote. I'm not giving that long, motherfucker. If you think I'm give y'all all that right there, you've done lost your rabbit mind. However, once the exposition began, it was clear to the organizers that the white fairgoers were not interested in hearing what the Indians might have to say, and instead just wanted to see dances, games, and ceremonials. Soon, promoters were influenced by the Improved Order of Redmen, a white fraternal organization. Again, let me say this. And instead just wanted to see dances, games, and ceremonials. Soon, promoters were influenced by the Improved Order of Redmen. Improved Order of Redmen. Improved Order of Redmen. In parentheses, it states, a white fraternal organization. And who called to have the Congress stop completely and instead show off battles between whites and Indians, where the whites would always win. It underscored the message that the natives were a race on their way to extinction and thus needed to submit to white rule. A 5,000-seat grandstand was soon erected to have these fake battles. The other main activities demanded were reenactments of the ghost dance, which caused many concerns in the government, given that the U.S. Army had just murdered hundreds of ghost dancers in 1890 at Wounded Knee. Thus, the idea of an actual Congress where various Indians shared their views was long forgotten, and instead this fair started what became the standard Western movie themes of the 1950s, which was pure bullshit. Indians and their connection with nature was quickly seen as something not to focus on. One U.S. senator claimed that the fair miraculous is the growth of the Mississippi region. It will support a population of 25 million without taxing its resources to oblivion. Science will discover new applications for overcoming the obstacles of nature. The inventions of Edison will replenish the treasures when he was in East Orange, New Jersey, stealing from us. I worked there 3 years, 2.5, 3 years, of the world with the gold of its mountain ranges. And the discoveries of Tesla may convert the wasted winds, and he was learning from us in Harlem. its mountain and ranges, and the discoveries of Tesla may convert the wasted winds and rivers into applied energy that will carry on all operations of industry. They needed to poison the water, the magic healing waters of ours, without the intervention of human labor. Yes, the wind and rivers are nothing but waste, and all nature but an obstacle. This is how people thought then, and sadly, many still think now. As this book is presenting, there was a time that no one thought like this, and people may have in fact lived in great harmony with the earth. No. That's 128. That's long enough. I think I'm going to do a video reading these 3 books and just upload it. I'm serious, because I'm going to be up for a while. I slept like 10 hours last night. No, for real. I slept like 10. I mean, literally. And I got to run out to the store anyway. So I'm going to do these 2 right here. These 3 right here. Because they go together. Trust me, they do. I've got books that go together with all these, but I'm going to read these 3 on a video. We're not going to read this for a while. This will go with Flatlanders again. Trust me. Excuse me. The treaty book, I will break that down to y'all, for y'all who don't know treaties. And I've got other books on treaties. That's just a few for children. A misrepresentation, but still the treaties are actual factual. I know all the treaties of my family. Every last one of them. I actually have the Federalist Papers my great-grandmother gave to me from my great-great. Anyway, I have the original Federalist Papers. That's why the Sons of Confederacy didn't, shut up when I was talking to them. I said a couple of key things, and them motherfuckers look like fucking idiots. And I don't bite my tongue. Anyway, yeah, I wanted to read more. I could read on for a couple of hours. People talk 3, 4, 5 hours when we get together. West Side, Rondo, well, we got to do that and just set up the camera again and just talk for fucking hours, listening to weird shit on YouTube, having a good old time. Maybe I'll just drink the wine. That's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? That's what the fuck it's about. I appreciate everybody come in. I don't know what people want to see me get up and run them, do a couple of videos or something. I don't know what's wrong with people where they gotta have. Well, I know what it is. There are some people out there. See, Mac Means people, he tells them, and they'll come. They come and they stop in. I appreciate it. That's my boy, Mac Mean. Curamil. I know some of the people come and they don't get it. I'm not religious, but I am aware of practices that have been turned into religion. And when I tell you that Hebraicism was my way of life, you don't have to believe me. I don't give a fuck. For all you people that, dismiss the God and this, that, and other, but you never gave anything else because you think nothing has to be given. You can't make an empty void where something was corrupted and don't know how to implicate something else by thinking, well, with me it works. It's not how it works. I tell people I don't have no respect for religions, but I respect the people who actually live by it. It's a big difference. There's a whole lot of people, I don't know, they weren't called Mongols or Mongols. See, that shows how livid people are in their stupidity. The division is deep, and the system has incorporated and made people believe otherwise. I'm not here for that shit. I'm here to see people come together. And if you have that much hate and distaste in your vernaculars, I'm not for you. Remove your fucking monkey ass and go about your way. And if you say something, I will burn you. I will fucking burn you. In this little fake world we live in, I will hurt your little feelings. I will make you like dust or shit to dry up, wither, and blow the fuck away. The beautiful thing is I actually have people that know me from here. When I was one of them little children, little ninjas running around creating havoc, getting beat down because I kept running my mouth. I have people that know me. They're not going to subjugate and say, yeah, that's not, they're not going to sit there and support Red. No, they're not going to do that. They'll be like, no, Red, that wasn't you. They'll sit there and tell you who I am, what I was doing, what I profess. The fact that I danced with Gregory Hines was and the School of Performing Arts. Bill took us all over New York, and because I wanted to go to museums and that, and I didn't want to be in a regular school because I was beating teachers up. Because I was saying I'm an Indian. This is my name. This is the language that I speak. You can't do that here. Back in the 80s. Yeah, that's right. 70s. You can't do that here. You can't do that. It goes against our curriculum. Dig what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit here and lie to you people. I'm going to share with you, and I might be off about something. I mean, damn, some things are still winding in. Nuts honesty. You see what I'm saying? Essex County. You already know. Home of the famous, right? Lifestyle of the rich and famous. Some home blameless, right? Anyway, you already know. Jungle Brothers, right? I appreciate y'all taking the time to listen. Well, you know what? A lot of people have subscribed, and we've had upper sync, about 30 or 40 more people subscribed in the last week and a half too, and that's good. And I really got to start doing some stuff with children. I have to. And I have many children books that'll be excellent. So y'all can sit them down, and don't worry, I know how to mind my mouth. I take it's artistic. I but with y'all are older, and we can have this diatribe. Anytime I talk about medicine, believe it's alleged. And unless I say fact, it's something I actually just know, and it doesn't matter what anyone says or does. You see what I'm saying? And people continue to believe there's some competition, and that's a figment of their imagination. There is no competition. But when I tell you, and if you think that you and I are the same, something is wrong with you. You need to go and see one of your shrinks, one of your therapists, whatever they call these fucktards. You need to go and see one of them, all right? Because they probably see a whole lot of them too. We are not the same. Trust me when I tell you this. We are not the same. Okay? Anyway, I'm going to run. It is 7 o'clock. I need to run back over that motherfucker. And I need to grab something. And maybe I need to sit still and see if I can go and take a deuce. Because, I don't know. I get more fiber than anybody. But I'm going to run over there and get this because I know it's cod liver oil, goddammit. I'm going to go get some. Take me a big-ass spoon with some cinnamon. And, yeah. I could sit here and read. I don't want to burden y'all with that because some people can read and it can be very tiresome and boring. That's why I believe it's important that I insert things, because so much that I read is a lot of context is missing. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of context. It's entertaining for those of us who really like to read, but at the same time, there's a myriad of infusion that's just full of just pure BS. And so I'm not going to hit all of it because then it would break up the reading, and I don't want you to have no trust in yourself to be able to pull from whatever it is you read. Now, I don't like to play on wordism either. I'm not into that. And people know me, when I was living as a Muslim, when I had to walk in it to see what it was about. I was actually doing all the shahadas, everything. When everybody else was just walking with the name, talking about, hey, salam alaikum, blah, 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 and all that bull. And then non-denomination, because I couldn't do the other shit. I was forced to go there with Mama Tina and them and just play the role and we'd be safe. That's all I used to hear. Play the role of a Christian. What the fuck is this? And then have to see the Catholic, and the Catholic girls were the most freaky motherfuckers I ever met in my life. And I was like, something ain't right. Anywho, I didn't like walking the Christian shit because that was the most biggest bullshit I ever seen. And I was always told, you ain't got to believe it. Just like I was supposed to fake it up north. Fake it to make it. Anyway, then I got into yoga because of martial arts, and I got into Buddhism. And that in Islam seemed closer to reality than anything. But as I was learning the story of the Pale Wolf and the Dark Wolf, I realized there was so much missing. And so I would always honor the people and respect them, but I couldn't partake in it. I respected the name given to me, Caliph. I respected the other, to know what James means, whether it be Jaime or its actual name, meaning whether it be Yiddish or Aramaic. It was beautiful to find that out. Yitkart Netza, and to be able to learn Yiddish, which is not the ancient Aramaic or Latin or Hebraic language, and then realize that the language has long been lost purposely, which is more relation to Tartaria. Whether you believe it or not, I don't care. It's power. Now, women were chanting it. And the world at one time knew it. But everybody had to be subjugated. In order to do that, you had to have wars. And who are the warlike people? Anyway, to my ladies and to my brothers, I love y'all. And I probably will sit up tonight and read. I have to make some, I've got plenty of room, but I'm gonna have to get rid of some old videos. I don't look at them. They're just saved on the phone. I'm not gonna use them again. And just read through and I'll upload it. I like to read live. I like to have the interaction and everything. I think it's beautiful. I think it's magnificent. But I need to attempt putting my hand at just reading and uploading. All right. So with that being said, I'm gonna run my ass to the store, put my big ass, looking like Crazy 8 out there, right? With the big cowboy hat and that big ass. Yeah, I color coordinate when I'm wearing shit. I just put this on. I'm sitting in front of y'all. Ho, 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 motherfuckers. Anyway, let me go ahead and get out of here. I can run my mouth all day. Let me give shout outs. I forgot to do that. God damn, that was a conversation on. Hey, Rondo, JR, B Tree, Evelyn Smiley, aka American Nietzsche, peace. Midget MC's greetings. Much love, Grey Wolf. You already know Equator 7. Oof, oof. Mama Red. Oh, we're getting women up in here. DJ, already hit you up. What's going on, family? Yeah, you was throwing out some stuff. How's you off your lane? Yes. Lord, however you want to, yeah. There's another word for the Lord thing, but yeah, definitely. Then there's Cromwell. Oh, dude. Oh, man, I got a couple of books on fucking Cromwell going back to, I believe, was it the 15th? Was it Byzantine? 15th? Cromwell's a very ancient name, but it didn't actually apply to pale skins. That's the amazing thing. Most people, you say Cromwell, they think of Britannia. But it's bigger than that. Conan the Barbarian, guard from Samaria, was called Cromwell indeed. Exactly. We have energy from the source that they cannot obtain nor chain. No, they cannot. But they destroying the physical, removing us. I'm not going to get into it. That could be a whole, that might be good for an open mic. Spirituality, spirit for humor, all right? Ghosts, energy, real fiction, fantasy, fake. Something where we can all have that camaraderie to come in and go out, call in or whatever, and have that communication using references to sources right now. And then also on not speculation, but speculation of the relationship to the chakras and everything else and energy. You know what I'm saying? Nada. That's based on what you call it, with nautical miles, even nautical sense. So yeah, chat Khazars, Outlanders, radium beings. Amoy, heard of that. West Side. Jaguars. That's the ones, man. It's a video I have. I can't post it on here, and it's really, you can see the one bald headed, and I remember seeing him in the Falun Gong video, and they said that he was a political prisoner, and I saw the Chinese tall skinny guy come with the fucking thing and just open him up, literally, and I saw his body lift up, and he went in there and grabbed his liver. By that time, the system went into shock. He went in there and removed the fucking kidneys. And the lady, little short Chinese, probably soldiers, taking the kidneys. And then he goes and you see him in there it's the guy standing there supposed to be helping. And he's removed the fucking lungs. This guy's dead. He had still glasses that fell off his head, bald headed. You might have seen him doing Falun Gong, Qigong. That's when all of a sudden Britain and the UN had this thing about the Uruguay and the Muslims and the Falun Gong. They're talking about, they're not stopping because these are the same motherfuckers who are buying the body parts. Why they're living so goddamn long. Hey, yeah. Xinjiang, Uruguay's autonomous region. Well, you think about the mountain areas where they actually ran to as well, too. It's pretty crazy. You know? Cons with so many. Even Lincoln was a con. King and con are the same thing. People just don't know that. You dig what I'm saying? Excuse me. American EJ. What's up? You don't know that we have the first baobab tree in the world in the circle of Florida, and it goes right through it. The word collie is very interesting. Yes, it is. It's an arrow. Trees on at least. Yes, and well, a lot of those they chopped down. You dig what I'm saying? And I was a curator for 289 of the gopherwood trees between Florida and Louisiana. When in the Library of Congress, there was well over 6 billion of them. But they went on a shopping spree to get rid of them. So that should speak volumes. You know what I'm saying? Eternal lives. Gotta be careful with the baobab thing, because there's a word that alludes to something else and it has something to do with a deity of sorts that which we supposedly fought, which I think is on the comeback. My son in this country has the most radium in the world. Yes, it does. It used to be able to pick it up out here between California, New Mexico, Texas, and Arizona and Utah. Used to be able to pick it up right up off the ground. Freezes everything like Hannah. Yes, that's correct. That's right. Holy is the mother of destruction, and holy is the it's actually Holly, but yeah, we must remember how to call upon the mother of destruction and creation. Exactly, and it's the women. You got dang right. The women, and we protect them, and that's why they were able to kill so many of them when we started ghost dancing. We had to ghost dance with them. Very true. B Tree, what's happening? Max V, yo, I was checking out a couple of your videos, yo, the other day, man. I got a like on everybody because I got to support our people, man. You know what I'm saying? Motion entertainment, motion pictures, new modern takes. I appreciate it. Equator 7. Appreciate it. Essex County. Yeah, Essex County. And JB. Appreciate it. All thanks, man. It was 9. What was the funniest days, but don't get it. Oh, well, yeah, okay. Be nice, you know. I mean, I don't want to put too much out there because then people want to test me and shit. Brown. Stop saying red hair. Yeah, it was brown. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, you're right. Which is, well, I appreciate you. I'm red. Rep. Equator 7. Yeah. Rondo. Gotta make your way up here, bro. We gotta get all y'all back up here, man. Y'all gotta come on, man. Sit around, bro. I'm about to get a bigger TV. I'm ready to open house and sell everything, but I'm thinking about getting the big goddamn TV so we can be up in this motherfucker like, you know, with the bowl and be like, and our head be flick back like this, like we got motherfucking backs or something in there, the popcorn stuck up against the wall. You know what I'm saying? Because you know I got the little surround shit. And I don't never turn it up because neighbors probably be in there going, what in the? Let me put on some Jungle Brothers. Oh, I got it made. Y'all know I be about that life. Hold on. Now if I do that, they'll put a copyright. This is copyright free. But anyway, let me go ahead and run this goddamn store. Y'all just have me on here for another 14 goddamn minutes. Anyway, I love you motherfuckers. Y'all know what time it is. Share this shit. I appreciate y'all. Get the old folks out and say, yo, sit down and watch this motherfucker. Oh, Rep, I wish Mom Dukes was here. I wish Papa could watch it. He probably going, I don't want to look at that shit. It probably stress him. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Dun up. But no, it's special ed, baby. Come on now. It's my boy Special Ed. But let me run out here and do what I got to do. And I'll probably go ahead and read these 3 books Just read about 3 paragraphs and just upload them and do like 3 more. I'll probably just do a couple of videos. And if I don't like the way they turn out, then I'll just go live and read them. You know what I'm saying? You know? So, well, you remember me, old Twin City Breakdance, you know, I was all involved. I was rapping, all that shit, you know, going to studios, getting shit stolen. You know, it is what it is. People like, you should have kept going. I took breakdancing around the world, and you see where it went to, right? There must be in a whole bunch of cats, man, in the military, battling and everything, up rocking, windmill, handspins, head spin. Fucking people was watching us get it in. Yeah, the women was loving it. I mean, and you see Korea, man, they took off with it in Japan and France. Holy shit. Then the parkour became something. I remember trying that shit. They didn't call it that at the time, but it's called, what is it called? Skipping? Building skipping or some shit. Niggas was doing it in New York. We didn't even know it. Jumping from rooftop to rooftop. We used to do that all the time. Let me get on. I could talk to you guys forever. I mean, I got it made, yeah. Special ed. But anyway, I don't want to get no copyright. You know what I'm saying? Shit. All right, y'all. I'm going to shut it down. Love y'all like a motherfucker again. And remember now, I need you to remember, when you see me going in, it's with purpose. Talking in the third and fourth person, some of you already know. Some people, the ones that get offended, those are the ones we need to go. I do stuff for a reason, all right? I might cut this out. I might have to go back and edit this part out. I don't know. Anyway, catch y'all later, all right?